Hey, welcome to another video of Movie Master Micah. Today, instead of doing a movie review, I'm going to do underrated movies. So I have about seven, I think. Yes, seven underrated movies that I'm going to talk about. And by the way, underrated means just like, oh, it might have some talk, but either people don't give it enough credit or people dislike it. Number one, this is one of my favorite movies of all time, The Elephant Man. Directed by David Lynch, probably his most normal film. The plot actually makes sense. It's about a man who has a disease where he's all deformed. It's beautiful, right? It's just like, it's beautiful, right? The acting, John Hurt, he plays John Merrick, the Elephant Man, excuse me. And it's probably one of my favorite performances of all time. Anthony Hopkins goes crazy. If you've seen it, you know there's one scene. It pisses me off. There's one scene that's just very hard to watch, and it's like it's hard to watch sometimes, but it's beautiful, right? The ending is perfect. The meaning is perfect. It's just like it's chef's kiss. It's like almost top 10 of all time for me. Two, Warrior. This movie is amazing. It's Tom Hardy. It's about it's been a while since I've seen it, so excuse me if I get anything wrong. It's about him and his brother, and they both go into the same tournament to get a bunch of money because they both need their money for different reasons. Now, I don't think this is as good as The Elephant Man. I still think it's amazing. I think the only thing that brings Warrior down to not be like a 5 star is at the very end. It's like the last 30 minutes is not plot enough heavy rather than just fighting. I think it shows too much fighting than plot, which I wish it showed more plot. I wish it like kind of uh more like fleshed out their characters and their backstory. But it's really good. I think it's beautiful. So the next movie is the first one is loved, but the sequel I think is I don't think it's better, but I think you could debate it's better. Scream 2. Scream 2 is an amazing follow. Like this is an amazing follow up to the first Scream movie. It's um it's great. It's like it's amazing. Like there's not much for me to say about it because again, it's been a few years since I've seen this one, but it's really good, right? It's like I think the first one's better by a bit, like just by a smidge, but I still think the first one's better. It's really good. It's very. I'd probably say it might be scarier than the first one, but I think as an overall plot and for the twist, I think the first one is better. Now this is more of an overhated movie than an underrated movie. Godfather 3. Now the first two Godfathers are known to be some of the greatest movies ever created, right? And I agree. But the Godfather 3, one of the most popular, if you go to reviews on Letterboxd, the most popular review says this is like Leonardo da Vinci pissing on the Mona Lisa. This movie is another masterpiece. I don't know what the hate is. It's a great movie. There's nothing bad about this movie. Right, it's just amazing. There's not. I don't think there's a single bad thing about the movie. Actually, no. The only bad thing is all the Italians have similar names, and they look the same. So near the end, it gets very confusing because they're all like the same people. But no, this movie is great. I don't think I. Oh, yeah. I take that back. Actually, three wrong things. Three wrong things. It's still a 5 out of 5, but there's three things, but they're pretty small. The second one, which is the big reason people hate it. Francis Ford Coppola got his daughter to act as the daughter of Michael in this movie, and because she had no acting experience, she did direct. She's directed some of her movies, Sofia Coppola, but she's never acted, and she is terrible as an actor. She talks to everyone like she's trying to seduce them, and it's just very weird. and just strange. The whole movie is like about her. And spoilers, if you've not seen this, she dies at the end. And it's just like the whole movie centered toward her, and she just sucks at acting. And although it's like that's pretty big, I don't think it puts it down enough to be a bad movie. And the last thing, it's not that insane, but like like the whole one of the main plots is how the daughter wants to marry her first cousin. Yeah, slightly weird. It's like yeah, that's like the whole like, and then they like they kiss while making gnocchi, the incest gnocchi, as I like to call it. Very weird, but still a great movie, I'd say. Next, Limitless. This is a relatively popular movie. I just don't think it gets enough talk. I think it's really freaking good. Limitless, it's about, if you don't know, it's about a man who takes a pill that basically, instead of using 10% of his brain, he uses it all. And he basically just becomes a mastermind at Wall Street and stuff. He basically just becomes rich. It's amazing. I don't. It's great. Oh, I won't say it's amazing. I'll say it's pretty great. I think it's. I think it's just fun, right? There's nothing more. I believe they made a show that I'm never gonna watch, but it's really good. It's. There's not much to say about it, honestly. It's just good. Acting performances are just good. Plot is. I think the plot is the best part. It's very original. There might have been something thought up about it before, but I think that's like the plot's just good. The acting is just good. It's just good. Everything is just good. Next, The Book of Eli. I love this movie. Is amazing. If you don't know, it's like a post-apocalyptic world after World War III, and it's about a man who basically it just travels west. He's spoiler alert. He's blind, and he basically said, "God." I'm a Christian, by the way, and this whole movie is basically an R-rated action movie about how great the Bible is, and I love action movies, so it's like it's right on my alley, and I think it's great, right? Another big twist is that like he has the only Bible left. He's like the only Bible left, and it's just straight at like just there's parts where it's just straight nonstop action. It's like he's like a samurai almost, and it's awesome. It's just a very fun movie. Again, a lot of these movies are just fun movies. And the last one is again one of my favorite. This is a top 50 movie of all time for me. Again, if I didn't say, I said none of that about videos. Follow me on Letterboxd, Sean D. Hinson, no spaces. Last of all, Asteroid City. I love Wes Anderson. He's one of my favorite directors. I haven't seen all of his movies, but I still need to watch some. I won't talk about all his movies because there are some hot takes I might talk about in a different video. But Asteroid City is one of my favorite movies by him. My second favorite, I'd say. This movie is so good. I've seen people say it's his worst. It only has a 6.5 on IMDb, if I'm not, like, very low on IMDb at least. Because I remember seeing it, and I was like, but no, this movie's amazing. It's the most Wes Anderson film in the sense of very vibrant colors. It's just like the plot is just about, a people who a family who is going on vacation, I think, and they have to stay in this city for a little bit, and then it goes on lockdown because an alien comes and steals their rock. Like, the asteroid that made this huge crater, which is why it's called Asteroid City. And I think all the performances are done very well. Scarlett Johansson does great. Jason Schwartzman does great. Tom Hanks does great. It's all great. Probably his most stacked cast list too. So it's a play. Wait, no, it's a documentary about a play. And I will say sometimes it does get confusing what parts are the documentary and what parts are just the play because it switches back and forth. And it's just amazing, right? Everything. I'd say The plot is great. I think the best parts are where Scarlett Johansson's character and Jason Schwartzman's character, I forget their names in the movie, when they just are talking window to window. Their hotels are like this, and they just talk to each other through the windows. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie cinematographically. It's just great. There's nothing more to say. And if I were to rate these movies, I'll just rate them really quickly. Elephant Man number one, from best to worst. Elephant Man, Asteroid City, Godfather 3, Scream 2, Book of Eli, Warrior, Limitless. That's about it. You can't comment on my videos for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm a child. But I would ask if to tell me ideas, but you can't. So just subscribe, like, goodbye.